Hi, Phil with XenonSupply.com, the automotive lighting source. Today we have a 2011 Toyota Prius we'll be installing HID lights on. HIDs are one of the easiest aftermarket modifications you can use to improve the look and performance of your automotive lighting system. Let's go ahead and pop the hood and get this one started. Let's take a look at what we'll need to perform this installation. What we have here is an H11 Premium HID kit from XenonSupply.com. It includes the installation manual, some 3M mounting pads, zip ties included with the kit. Today we're using the H11 Premium Philips bulbs with the upgraded Premium Slim Digital ballasts. The tools we need for this installation are pretty simple. We'll just be using a 10mm socket and socket wrench and a Phillips screwdriver. The first thing we need to do with any HID installation is remove the old halogen bulbs. To do so, on the driver's side, you must first disconnect the factory harness from the H11 bulb. Press down on the tab and pull away to release. Once you have it removed, you can rotate the bulb counterclockwise and pull away gently. The removal process is the same on the passenger side. We'll be showing you how to install the new HID bulbs on the Toyota Prius. We'll be using here a XenonSupply Premium HID bulb modified specifically for the projector lenses. These are the only HID bulbs known to date that prevent the ground shadowing issue caused by the return wire on the HID bulb. Let's go ahead and get these ones in. In order to install the new HID bulb into the headlight housing, you have to make sure that the 3 tabs on the bulb base are lining up correctly before twisting them to lock them in place. Now, you need to make sure that once you secure the bulb in place, that the tab opposite of the ground wire is facing up at 12 o'clock. To do that, when you insert, this tab has to be at 10 o'clock position and turn clockwise into the 12 o'clock position. Make sure that when you insert, the grounding strip is facing down or you will have ground shadow issues. Make sure you're very careful with the insertion process. If you are not, you do have the risk of breaking off the tabs during the process. Once I know that they're in place, I can twist it from 10 to 12, and that should be it. Here we have the XenonSupply Premium Slim Ballast we'll be using to install the HID kit. Now we need to mount this behind the bracket that you see here along the sidewall of the engine bay. We'll be using the double-sided sticky tape to mount it opposite this plastic piece. To remove this section, we first need to remove the cover of the fuse box. And then we'll be using a small Phillips head screwdriver to release the pins that are holding this panel on right in the front here and one in the back here. Let's do that now. Now that the pins are released, you can work this unit free, just like that. We'll be removing the first side of the double-sided sticky tape. Attaching it to the back side of our ballast. And make sure you press down to secure it in place. Now, we need to make sure that there is enough clearance for this portion of the ballast and that it rests directly underneath this plate here. So, we'll just make sure that our wiring has enough room right here, and this is where we'll be mounting the ballast, just like that, slightly off at an angle. Let's do that now. Make sure to line this portion up. press down to secure the ballast in place. Just like that. Let's go ahead and put this panel back on. Feed your wires through right across from the fuse panel down below. Just put your fuse cover back on. There you go. Now that we have the ballast mounted, we can go ahead and connect all our wiring. The first connection that needs to be made is from the factory connector coming from the vehicle. This needs to be connected to the signal wires coming from the HID bulb. Make sure that one gets securely in place. After that, we have the male and female ends from both the ballast and the bulb that need to connect together. And last but not least, the power wire going from the ballast to the bulb. And this one here down below is a little bit hard to see. Now once you have all your wiring in place, go ahead and test your lights. If the lights don't work the first time, you'll be reversing this connection and reversing polarity of the wiring to test the system again. Just like that. Let's go ahead and test the lights in this configuration. As you can see, the lights work. So all we have left to do now is tidy up our wiring and repeat the process on the passenger side. As you can see here, we've already installed the HIDs on the passenger side of the vehicle. We'll be showing you how to gain easier access to the bulb by removing the radiator fluid tank with 3 bolts here. 1, 2, and 3. You'll be using a 10mm socket and socket wrench to loosen all the bolts. We'll go ahead and do that now. Now that we have all 3 bolts removed, we're going to loosen the tubes right here from the clip and lift up the reservoir tank and place it over the top of the engine right here for now. As you can see, we have a lot more access for the wiring of the HIDs as well as direct access to the bulb down below. As you can see, we've tidied up the wiring here on the passenger side. That means we've tested the lights, they're good to go. We're just going to go ahead and put the reservoir back in its place, bolt it back together, and we'll call this one done.